Let's talk about cybersecurity. Most people think that cyber attacks happen because hackers are out there breaking through high-tech firewalls like some kind of movie villain with the green text on the screen and their keyboard in like the server room. But the truth, 95% of breaches happen because of human error, and they're usually super simple errors. That's what I'm telling you. The biggest cybersecurity risk in your company is not software. It's actually your people. But don't worry, that means that they can actually become your strongest defense. So today, we're going to break down why your team plays such a big role in cybersecurity. We're going to understand the risks of skipping training and how to turn your employees into your greatest security asset. Let's get into it. So in today's day and age, cyber attacks are happening more than ever. According to IBM, the average data breach in 2024 cost $4.85 million. That's a lot of money to lose over one simple mistake, one simple click in an email on a link that you know you shouldn't have clicked. Here's the thing. Your employees are clicking on emails, they're logging into systems, they're handling sensitive data and info all day long. This makes them the perfect target for hackers. It could simply be a phishing email that looks like an urgent message from IT. Maybe a weak password that's too easy to crack. Maybe it's reusing passwords, the same thing for every one of your accounts. Something like downloading malware without realizing it. One wrong move and boom, your entire system could be compromised. And these hackers, they know this. Why spend thousands of hours trying to develop unbelievably complex code to break through even more complex systems when they can just send an email tricking someone to open it? Let's say someone in your office clicks on a phishing email that looks legit. Suddenly, sensitive data is leaked, your systems go offline, and now you're in that insane damage control mode. Not only does this hurt your business financially, but let's talk about those other costs. Downtime. Your team can't work while IT scrambles to fix things. Legal issues. Let's say your customer data gets exposed and you're responsible for that. The reputation damage that you may face. Losing customer trust is brutal and very hard to recover from. Let's not forget about your employees. No one wants to be that person that made the mistake that led to the breach. It could be guilt, stress, or even burnout that just makes everything worse. But here's the good news. You can prevent this before it even happens. So, how do you make sure your employees aren't the weak link in your security? It's simple. You train them and give them the right tools. Here's how. Most people don't realize they're making risky mistakes until it's too late. That's why regular security awareness training is a non-negotiable. You can teach your team how to spot these phishing emails. You can run simulated phishing tests so you can practice and test in a safe environment. And then you can make sure that this training is ongoing. This shouldn't be once a quarter. This shouldn't be once every year. This security awareness training should happen monthly, if not weekly. The goal isn't to catch people off guard. It's not to get them in trouble. It's to empower them to be confident to spot these threats before they become a real problem. You can't just hope people will make good security choices. You need to provide clear policies and the right tech to back them. This includes things like requiring multi-factor authentication for all of your logins for all of your employee accounts. This includes setting password policies, like don't use 1234 as your password, or especially don't use password 1234. This includes setting up proper email filtering so you can block those suspicious emails before they ever actually reach the inbox. The easier that you make security, the less likely people are to make mistakes. Now, this next one we're going to talk about is huge. If your employees are afraid of getting in trouble, they won't tell you when they accidentally click on something sketchy, and that just gives the hackers more time to do damage. Instead of blaming people and talking down to them when mistakes happen, create a culture where employees feel safe reporting mistakes to you right away. Focus on fixing the issue and not punishing the person. Cybersecurity is everybody's responsibility, not just IT's. The faster that you know about a security issue, the faster you can shut it down. Even with the best security, things can still go wrong. The difference between a disaster and a minor inconvenience, that's what backups are for. So schedule regular automatic backups. Make sure that these backups are encrypted and stored securely. If hackers can get to your data, they can also get to your backups. So make sure that those backups are encrypted. And then lastly, and I cannot stress this one enough, make sure that you actually test these backups to make sure that you can restore files or restore whole images from them. If you're looking for a really easy and quick backup strategy, use something called the 3-2-1 backup method. So the 3-2-1 backup method works like this. You want the original, and then you want 2 other copies. The 2 stands for 2 different media types. So maybe you have one on a hard drive and one on a cloud storage. That's 2 different types of media. The 1 stands for 1 offsite copy, meaning that if you have all your servers in a building, one of those copies of data is stored somewhere else in a different building or somewhere else in the cloud. If you use this 3-2-1 backup strategy, you're set up pretty good when it comes to backups. At the end of the day, cybersecurity isn't just an IT problem. It's a people problem. Your employees can either be your biggest vulnerability or your strongest line of defense. It all comes down to how well you prepare them. So if this gave you something to think about, hit that like button and follow for more practical cybersecurity tips. And I want to hear from you. What's the biggest cybersecurity challenge that your business has ever faced? Did you ever experience a breach or maybe a data leak? Drop it down in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching. And remember, when it comes to cybersecurity, your team is your superpower. I'll see you in the next one.